Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am very disappointed in myself. For episode 3, I had everything planned out. I even filmed. Turns out that the quality that I was filming in was absolutely atrocious. I tried to refilm again. It just wasn't right, and you could just tell by the tone of my voice that I just wasn't really feeling it. So I thought maybe instead of trying to recreate the very first episode that I had originally filmed, maybe I could just catch you guys up to speed and you can watch me renovate a home from the gallery, because by no means am I a builder. But like anyone who, regardless of how the home looks, if you've built a home and put it on the gallery, I give you extreme props, because I just cannot for the life of me build anything. But to catch you guys up, Cameron and Vlad are now married. She is starting to see a completely different side to him than what he put on in their dating phase, which while he was courting her, he was calling her all the time, inviting her over all the time. I wasn't even having to start any interactions to get that to happen. He was just consistent and what he wanted to do with her, basically. And now they are married, so they have sold both of their homes that they had and they are living together. I didn't want them to live in Vlad's house because it was too big and too hard for me to work with, because I don't want to have to build anything and I don't want to have to renovate at least his house, because I want to keep it kind of the way that it is to give a little bit more of like a vampire-esque vibe, I guess, for right now. The light that they're at, you can see his old castle like in the background, and I think it's kind of just cool and dark, mysterious, and kind of reminiscent for Vlad, because he's now moving in with someone he feels a deep attraction to, but he's not able to hide his true self, and he's already started the process of being evil because he is a very old vampire. I haven't set an age to him, but I just know he's over 100 years old, and we're just probably going to leave it at that. He is very old. His roots are very questionable, and we're just not going to know until we know. Or until I have it all figured out. But yeah, he's starting to show a different side of himself, and poor Cameron just doesn't even know the half of it. At least not yet. She will soon understand, but she's in love with him. Opposites attract. She really deeply cares about this sim, so we shall see kind of how it plays forward in the next episode. And back to just the renovation of the house, I decided I wanted to choose a home from the gallery because that's just what I do with my regular gameplay or my other saves. I just take homes off the gallery and I renovate them to match my aesthetic or how I want them to look. You can kind of see that I'm pretty indecisive. I did eventually found a home that was absolutely perfect for my Sims. I have a very hard time. I'll see pictures of a house on the gallery and I'll love it, but whenever I actually put it on the lot, it just looks a lot different, or the layout of the home is not what I expected it to be, and I don't feel like changing it or zhuzhing it up, or however you would say it. So I usually just go to a different house, but it is called the Gothic Vampire Home, and you can just search it on the gallery. I wanted them to have their space that they could grow into. Nothing that's too big to where I'm having to like find reasons to fill up empty spaces, because I don't like empty spaces in houses. I don't know why, I just don't like empty spaces. Here's the part where I start to curse myself because I did not have my reshade preset on and I just turned it on. I think throughout the video it goes in and out because of the key that I have it bound to is a key in The Sims that apparently I use frequently and I did not realize it. Since I'm satisfied with the kitchen at this point, I moved on to the dining room. You can start to see that I absolutely struggled with the seating arrangement. I could not for the life of me figure out how I wanted it to be. I used all of the CC that I usually use in my normal regular gameplay. The setup was different. All of this was different, so it wasn't giving what I wanted it to give. So I actually ended up going back with the original seating, and I just changed the colors to match the theme that I was trying to go with this room. I felt like maybe the white and black colors would kind of create a different type of look from the kitchen, but still like really tie it in also. The rest of the house I did not try to do that with, which I probably should have. But I have a lot of custom content plants. My motto is that you can never go wrong with too many plants. They just look great. They fill up the space nicely. And it's just, you can never go wrong with too many plants. They're the great clutter item that you could just kind of put anywhere and they look good with the right plant, I should say. With the right plant, it'll look perfect. Surprisingly, this was the very first, or the room that took me the longest. I still wanted to keep it as true to what the original builder of the home had it as. I wanted it to be like a nice seating area, office, whatnot, that led to the vampire room or the vampire's coffin. But I couldn't figure out the layout of how I wanted it to really look like. And I played around and finally I got to the point where I was okay with how I had it. So I kind of just left it that way. And then I just kind of played off of everything else. Over time, it'll probably change as well. I feel like everything in this house is going to change eventually as I play longer and just my style changes and the generations change. A lot of things are going to change. Whenever it comes to decorating, if I don't stop myself at a certain point, I could go all night or all day decorating and trying to make it look absolutely perfect. And after taking a quick once over of the second floor, I decided that the only thing that I'm really going to change for right now is the master bathroom. I'd kind of gotten carried away decorating and filming, and at this point, I was getting a little tired of renovating the home. So I was just like, you know what? This is going to be the very last room that I do. And hopefully it looks good. To be honest, I really loved the upstairs and the way that it was decorated, so I didn't want to change it much. I know whenever my sim starts having kids, I'll probably change it just a little bit, tweak it. But everything to me for my gameplay looked absolutely perfect. The only issue that I even saw, which wasn't really an issue, is just that I wanted to redo the master bathroom, make it bigger, because I like my Sims to have a big kitchen and a big bathroom. Everything else is pretty much just up in the air, up for debate, depending on how much space you have. And as we near the end of this video, I did just want to put a disclaimer out there that no, I did not build this home. It was a home that I got off the gallery. It is not mine. I just renovated it, and a lot of the upstairs and some rooms I kind of just kept the same. I didn't change too much. But if you wanted a more in-depth look at what I have changed, please feel free to look out for my next video or my next gameplay, because it will show everything. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know how I'm doing down in the comments. Like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more of my content.